Hi guys. Hi. Hi. I'm Celeste. I had to restart this video because I already messed up, but hi. 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 I just have some peach flavored tea and I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys. It's totally nighttime. Like it's totally evening. Like dark out. I don't know. It's probably like 11. What? 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 It's crazy. Crazy. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys because before I started my last job, like I think I told you, I think it was around 100,000 words worth of song lyrics that I accidentally deleted on my journal app on my phone. Just hitting buttons that look like the right ones, and really, there is a downside to, I don't know. I hit one little button, it gave me like a little pop-up option on the screen, and I hit the wrong one, you know? And I think it said delete or cancel, and I didn't know what the hell that meant, so I just randomly picked one, and it didn't go well. I think I got trapped with delete or cancel, and they both sounded like the same thing, because I don't really know what this means. Like, oh, I hit with some little button. Like, okay. What am I supposed to think delete and cancel don't mean the same thing if I don't know what button I accidentally hit? I don't think I'm supposed to know. I think that was bound to happen to me. I think if it wasn't that exact second or that exact moment, I wasn't gonna know if I'm supposed to hit delete or cancel, I guess. And I've tried to like transition it into seeing the value differently. Like I guess I saw like the value in how many songs worth of lyrics I already had written and ready to go. Like I kind of put a lot of value in I have this many that I'm about to be able to put out. You know, like I was like, okay, like that's, I think sometimes in life, we walk around and we don't think about it or know about it, but we like cast energy onto our perception of everything. And so it's not even just, oh, I heavily identified with the lyrics that I put out. It's not even just that. It's like, we don't think about it, but we try to place, depending on where you're at, sometimes in your journey, you might try to place your own personal value somewhere, which is a sort of an awkward thing to say, but like, I think throughout my life, there were different times when I would, like, I knew that I had, okay, this much value to myself, but I would try to place it somewhere specific, which is odd to say, because now I can realize the flaw to that. Or, like, maybe I would have thought differently about this, but sometimes I think the value could be placed in something that was either too self-limiting or shallow or superficial, or when it wasn't that, I think it evolved into just still being in a fragile place, like the place that I decided to set like my own value. Like I was ready to perceive myself as having a certain degree of value, but I saw it, not just saw it in the wrong places, I would seek out finding it within the wrong places, if that makes sense. So I could have said to myself at the time, like, oh, I have hundreds of songs out, like, isn't that where the value is? But instead I said, oh, I have hundreds of thousands of words that I haven't, like, performed yet, but I still have them saved on my phone, so that's where my value is. And so feeling like I had permission to perceive myself as having that level of value in relation to the rest of my life and experience definitely opened my third eye in a way, because I think I always had value and I always knew that, but like knowing it and allowing yourself to see it can be different things. And so I sort of would look at the universe like, when am I just gonna have permission to see myself this way that I know I have the potential to experience? Which again is like slowly over time, like working on self-concept and making sure that that is something that can't be taken away by anyone or anything or any like fragile source of like self-love, right? Like being able to transition out of those, but it's a process because you almost don't want to remove it right away because you're like, I don't know why I wanted to place this value here. Like, what if in the timeline of my life, like it's almost supposed to mean something, but the only reason it would be supposed to mean something different than if you would place the value somewhere else is that you've placed it in such a fragile place that you could lose it so easily that you're almost waiting to see how you're going to take it when you lose it. So if I had worked through the emotional or mental blocks first, I never would have necessarily had to lose that. But sometimes we don't live in one human lifetime for 100,000 years. So if we were going to memorize every single meaning of every single button that shows up on the screen of the current technology in front of you, you wouldn't be spending a whole lot of time at your job making money or working on your creative project or whatever it is that you have to do in your daily life. You know what I mean? Whereas if we lived for 100,000 years, you really could memorize. You could use flashcards to memorize every button that shows up on the screen of your phone. It wouldn't matter. And subconsciously, we know what a lot of them mean, you know, or if you don't, your spirit guides know, and they didn't stop me from deleting it. Because that seems to be the plan. Like, that was the plan that I didn't know about. Because they still, I guess, have to test us in some way, but I do think they're on our side, but also, I don't know. I think they know things we don't know, but they also, there's almost like achievements for like the level that they're allowed to communicate with you. And so you don't know all of your inventory, but they do. But they have to use strategy to communicate with you, or they have to only communicate in the ways they're allowed to, or they have to try to create sacrifices in your life to buy new methods of communicating with you, because you go through something that awakens something in you that now they're allowed to use to introduce themselves on a deeper level, and also all of the information that they have about you and the future. You kind of do have to buy new methods of them communicating you, but you have to hopefully be willing to take their lead because they can see not only the inventory but like the in-game like store and like how many coins you have or whatever it is, right? Like, oh, we could trade this for this, but you don't know what that is because you're living your version. They're up there like looking at the inventory like, oh, we have this, we have that, like we're doing pretty good, but you're in your life like panicking because you're like, it doesn't seem like I have what everybody else has. But then your spirit guides are like, no, I can see their inventory too, like you have way better, but you don't know. Because you're like, but I would still have to live a normal life and have a normal job and this and that, and like, what if there's insecurity? And they're like, yeah, but we're using the insecurity to try to buy new achievements. And you're like, I don't know what that means. You know? And it's just weird, and it's sad when it doesn't go according to plan. But sometimes things go the way they go. The way I drank this, again, could have been planned better. Like, of all of this normal mug with the string right here, I literally said, like, I said string in the middle, like, to like drink it. And then I didn't know why it got stuck to my tongue, like, I don't know. But like, the fact that that happened kept my moment like exciting, because now I just drink it normally and it was boring. But when you think about drinking tea, you don't think about like the tampon string of the tea bag getting stuck in your mouth as like the good part. you think about that as the bad part, or you don't think of that because it's not the glamorous moment. And I don't know why that happened. But little things, I don't know. So basically, having all of those lyrics that I was waiting for, they did make me think like almost like I have permission to see myself in like a higher esteem than just my day-to-day boring life would normally have facilitated. And so, and I think I had past lives where I did have like a really established ego. I'm just not there right now because I feel like you have to feel like it's justified sometimes, but at least being a witch, it starts over time, like very slowly, but like it really does break down those mental structures where you can give yourself value in ways that don't come from like the average like things that you would think it has to come from. Like I can almost like find the value in things that are in many ways more justified because it wouldn't be limited against the common person. It would be something anybody has access to, perceiving themselves as because of like if you can give yourself that like empowerment that normally comes from like extreme career success or something or whatever it is, or oh you naturally just come from this place and or you know this one terrible thing happened or whatever, like if you can just give yourself the the self-esteem of being somebody who's conquered many things and has so many achievements, even if it doesn't physically come from places, then you can kind of win in a way because like you don't have to feel unimportant anymore. Like you really can just give yourself so many options and like all of the magic, and nothing really gets in your way. So, yeah. Yeah. But because I was very briefly, only for like a couple of weeks or a month or something, willing to and able to kind of perceive myself as like stepping into the next phase in this like very highly esteemed way, I guess. There were positive and negative sides to that. Like my third eye visually was so open, like every passing car anywhere I was exciting because they're going somewhere, which I know sounds stupid, like oh like I'm just excited they're going somewhere, I don't know the person, but it was so much excitement for them. And it was about like other planets and like vehicles and like this whole entire thing, like it really just felt like so magical. Like oh they're going somewhere, I don't know where they're going, like it's so magical. Or like advertisements on cars were so magical, but I would like even like visually see like decorations on cars that are just not there. And like I was really seeing like, say there's like a normal car driving by, but instead you see it like decorated in like pretty lights and like fairy magic like falling off of it and stuff, and like sigils all over the car. Like I was like I was seeing like such fun stuff. Like obviously I knew it wasn't like physically drawn on the car, but like you know what I mean. Like it just felt so special, and I saw so many like little magical details with that and like their journey, and like I could feel like the emotions and the excitement of their journey, like any car passing by. Like I was super like tapped into that, but it was cars specifically, which makes it so ironic because it's almost like was I subconsciously like excited to go to this job where I was going to currently be at the time that I accidentally delete the entire catalog of songs that I had that I felt like were what was powering this empowerment that I had, or like importance that I had. It's almost like I was excited that it was temporary to see myself as very like highly esteemed in that way for a moment. And I think what was so pure about it was that it was never compared to somebody else. It was compared to myself, or not even compared to myself. It was from just like such an innocent space of like I can't wait until I can like fully deliver the performance of all of these projects that I have. And like I know that I can do it quickly and very well, and I know that like you know then losing them, I was like, I know that I can't recreate them the exact way they were going to be, so I have to do something completely different. And that was when my like third eye really did close. But I wasn't sad that it closed, I was just sad that I lost the work. And I think a lot of the empowerment either went back to normal or it was like a little lower than normal. I was like, I don't think I have an ego. Like, I think it was just, I don't know. It was weird. But at least I started working with Ganesha. That was when I did, like, at that job. It was like after I already deleted that catalog of songs, though, I think. Or I think so. I don't remember the exact timeline. I know I have like videos like where I said this and that happened on this day or whatever, but like I forgot now. But yeah. So trade-off, I guess. Like, I'm not unhappy. I'm so happy, and like I know that the songs I replaced it with are worth it still. And so I was just, the reason I wanted to turn on a camera and talk about it was because I kind of realized for the first time now, again, we don't live for 100,000 years, and I would have loved, or 10,000 years or whatever, I would have loved to put out all of those songs and then put out the ones that I'm currently doing. The same way I would have loved if a day could have been 72 hours and not 24 hours, you know, or if a week could have been 30 days and not 7 days. Like, I would have loved that. But that's not what I have. And so if I accidentally delete something, but I can still create magic and art at the same rate and put it out at the same rate, then nothing was truly lost as far as the actual output. And even if these songs are about something different, because I'm experiencing a different moment in life, and songs are kind of about the magic of your moment combined with like whatever you're going through. So yeah, I lost a lot of, I guess, what I was going through in the past, and also the magic of what my life felt like in that exact moment. But I can still recreate, not those, but I can recreate the same output, just about something different, about what I can relate to in this exact moment, instead of what I was so excited to do. What I was so excited to do was actually to have old work, in a way, like songs from 6 months after the exact moment that they're written at the time that I performed them. I think that makes sense. Like, I wanted to almost not relate to them the same way when I put them out and perform them and sing them at the time, like all the songs I didn't put out yet, because I wanted to find new ways of relating to old things that I had been through. But there's other ways to do that. It's not like the opportunity is permanently gone. And so I think, yeah, it kind of reset me to like reel back in, like, here's the timeline of what's actually happening in your life and in the world. Like, you started to lose it for a second, you know. And I think also for anybody who's wanted to seek psychic abilities, sometimes you can get in your own way. And so it's actually interesting. It's almost like having all those ideas, you could say, like, got in my eyes, like when you think of like having shampoo and it accidentally gets in your eyes, you know, and now you can't see anything. But isn't it so valuable that you have the shampoo? It's like that, like, paradox, right? But it's like I had something of value that ended up getting in my eyes and blinding me, while it opened my third eye to some of my importance in the moment, which maybe I needed to see because it's like a cute reminder, and it wasn't negative, but it was just almost in my way. Because if you can see yourself as having so much importance, you might think, well, maybe I don't have to do as much as I thought I had to in order to fill up the gap of importance. But then upon losing that, it's like you can still be the reason why you create moments that you have no choice but to not regret, because you know it was an accident. And it's almost like you can't really regret an accident. You can't really regret a choice that you didn't make, but you just hit a button and you kind of got stuck in a screen where you have to either choose, delete, or cancel, and you don't know if they don't mean the same thing, because what if delete means delete the past decision you just tried to do, but what if cancel means cancel both of these options and change my mind? But really, they just mean delete or cancel, but you don't know what you're deleting or what you're canceling. Are you deleting the option, or are you canceling the option to delete something? Or are you deleting the option to cancel something? You don't know what that means sometimes. Like, maybe you do. I got stuck in this could mean anything. So, yeah. I was like, this could mean anything. But, yeah, again, sometimes it's almost like I had like an incorrect assumption about the future every time I looked at those songs and assumed that someday they would be out. But I didn't catch on to that. Because even our accidental choices are still a part of the future. In the sense that when you predict something, you have to predict all accidents that could possibly happen up until then. And I know that, you know, for my timeline, I do think that there's something going on with, like, I think sometimes I see Time Lords as only caring about the important people when it comes to creating moments and the braiding together of different possibilities and choices and the moment they become physically real. Like, I think that I was at a weird crossroads with where I saw the value of myself and my music career, and also would the Time Lords have any like interference with it, because I do believe heavily in that. But what I mean is, like, I did see myself as one of the important people who they could have wanted to impact at the moment that changed, where I accidentally deleted all of those. I did see myself as with the class, you know, when that happened, but it actually did humble me when that happened. It shifted me into not being one of those, not being one of the people that the Time Lords would want to randomly change for no reason. Because again, I had so much almost like filler importance, which was so sad to realize, because it did open my third eye. So there's nothing that wasn't real about it. It's just that it was filler. It's just that you can receive importance from anything, but when you receive some of the importance, it's taking the place of importance you could have forced yourself to earn. But we all want the fun part. We all want the easy part. We all want, what if I could be like 1% less magical and still have the same outcome? Like, and not go through like the trauma of it, right? But no, you deserve that 1% extra magic. And I deserved that 1% extra magic because it's going to mean something to me that I don't know about yet, even if it's something small. But also what's cool for me now is that instead of being 6 months back from what I'm going through when I put it into the art, I can feel like I relate to the art that I'm currently putting out in the exact moment that I put it out, except for just a couple of songs that, like, as far as what I had in that app, the journal app, don't just hit buttons. Of course, I have really old songs that I can still put out, but like, you know, I wanted those because those had like some insane value in my mind, apparently. It's okay. We have new and old stuff coming, and so yeah, it's still gonna be good. It's just not gonna be all of those exact ones that I had that I thought were the ones, but it's fine. It's fine. But it was a lesson on not just where importance comes from, because the open and closing of like my third eye felt like confirmation of where importance can come from, which is weird because sometimes we think of importance as this like imaginary thing that's also an emotion. We don't think of it as something that's physically real and in the way that it can help or harm like the chakra system. I almost think we don't see it that way. At least I didn't always have to see it as something so literal and so physical, like, oh, you can test positive for importance right now, or negative for it. I kind of didn't take it that way. Necessarily. I don't know. But it's okay. It did humble me in a way. Not that I needed it. I did not need it. I did not need it unless the world ends in some weird way. I did not need it, you know? Like I was just so weirdly humble compared to the average person when that happened. And I was humbled beyond the point of being royalty before it happened, and then it happened. And I was like, I'm humbled beyond I I'm humbled beyond being a Jedi right now. Like I'm up there with Yoda if that just happened to me. like I'm beyond the point of being up there with Yoda if that just happened to me. Like I don't know what to do. Other than just keep putting out new art that I currently relate to in the moment that I put it out, which I guess why not? But like I think I can still I haven't really recovered as far as like opening my third eye in the same way because well, I guess not because I can't, because when I was working on telekinesis, I started to be able to open it, but I haven't been able to open it the same way because I'm just like so sad. But like I haven't been able to open it the same way because it's just been working differently. Like I think it made me stronger, but it's just been like it's a different kind of visions that I'll have. They're more grounded, but they're more like I'm just seeking something different when it comes to that. Like I guess before it kind of felt like um it was very like fashionable to be in a car and driving somewhere. Like it was very like I was like I want to go with you. Like these random people like not saying that to them, but like how I felt because I was like wow, like I'm so happy for you. You're going somewhere. Which it brought on so much happiness and excitement, but meanwhile it's like well, yeah, duh, like wherever they're going is probably just to work and it's probably not fun and it's probably a disappointment for them, but I was like, doesn't that add so much enrichment to their life? So it was like, I kind of, not that I knew, but like I knew, I guess, but like, I was like, wow, it's so fashionable to like be disappointed in like 5 seconds, isn't it? Like, but like, it did bring me back to being like, okay, like, you don't know how to make like a snowstorm with your eyes just by like staring at the sky. Like, you cannot do that. Like, if you sat there for like 5 hours, you could move a cloud, but you would not be able to prove it was you after it happened, even if it was. Like, meanwhile, at the same time, every time when I'm like singing songs and stuff, there were times in the past where I would go to the park by my house, I would sing like 30 songs, put them all out, edit at the park, which is like, how do I have time for that? Because it takes so much time, right? But like during the duration in the day when I would get there, pretty much the whole day, but like, yeah, like I would do that and I would get rained out. And then the rainstorm would stop and I would stay at the park during this. Literally, there were times I did not want to stop. I was sitting in the middle of the sidewalk, but nobody was walking there. I was just like in the middle of the sidewalk, in the middle of the park, got rained out, like heavy rain. I did not move from the little spot I was at in the middle of the sidewalk. I wait like 30 minutes in the pouring rain before it leaves, and it was like a thunderstorm. Like I just waited in the exact spot. I had a backpack, so I put like all my paper in there. I had paper with me, but like with all the lyrics written. Like I am weird. Like I was like, I'm just gonna sit here, like it's not gonna last forever. Like maybe there'll be like some frogs in the background or something, but it'll be fine. Like it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, so I would almost get rained out, but I would kind of not be willing to like let that happen to me. I would just be willing to let it rain. Even though there's pavilions, like I could have just moved, but I just was so stubborn in a way. I was like, no, if the universe is doing this to me, I'm just gonna experience it because clearly I'm just supposed to experience it. Like, meanwhile, like, why? Why? Well, to put out that many songs in a day, but which does have value, but like it has ego too, in a way. Shout out to my album, what's it called? Affirmations to Not Believe Horses Exist Anymore, or something like that. I forget exactly what it is, but it's like something about affirmations to not believe in horses or something. But yeah, I would just do that during the time I created that album, so I don't know. I don't know if that was like July or August or something, but it was sometime. Anyway, yeah. Like, yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. I guess I saw myself as important enough that the Time Lords would want to disrupt me, and then they immediately did. And then feeling that way went away. But even now, I'll get rained out. Like, I'll be like in my. I don't see it as because of the Time Lords or something, but like, I only saw it in that moment because I felt so important because of all the like excitement, but it was again filler importance, but it worked. It worked. I got to have my stuff deleted, but like, weird, but like, it worked, I guess. I got to be that important. I got to see what that is. I got to have that ruined. In a better way than probably a lot of people find out that they're less important than they felt like they were or something, especially with immediate changes and all of that. So, if it has to come from somewhere and it has to be immediate, I'd rather it be a body of work that I'm creating. So, but yeah, I think I wanted to turn on the camera and talk because I realized for the first time since that even though I haven't been able to get my ego back to where it was still in a way, that I would choose the songs that I'm currently putting out over the ones that I lost if I had to choose. And that either way, because I'm putting out the same amount of songs per day, that I don't have time in a lifetime to do both at the same time. I could really only do all of the ones I was planning on putting out or all of the ones I'm currently putting out because I'm just using my time differently. And if I had to choose, I would choose the way that I did go, not the way that I almost went. But it did let me down at first, and I was like, what am I gonna do? But I think I also knew how quickly I work, how quickly I recover from things, how quickly I work on things, how much I really can just like, sort of like, I don't know, take off the old coat and put on a new one, and it's like it's the same thing. I don't know. No matter how special that one was supposed to be, I do believe in replacing whatever you lose, and just you still go. But yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. Bye.